Well, hello there. Not on the couch, a wee bit different. In the hot chair, let's say in the hot chair, it's MP James Meager. Congratulations on your speech, mate. That was sensational. Watched it, had some emotions going, and yeah, no, very proud. You must be stoked the way it went too, and the positive feedback you've had since.
Yeah, it's been pretty overwhelming, actually. I'm still, and apologies to those who have emailed and I haven't gone back to yet. I think I got to about midnight or 1 o'clock last night, and I was about a third of the way through the emails, so I had to stop. So thank you everyone for writing in from all around the country, really, just saying that they, some people just see that they saw a little bit of themselves in that speech. So hopefully it meant something to a lot of people, and I was really happy with it.
Awesome. Right. Yeah, it was a bit special because it was a reply to the Governor General, and from my understanding, an up-and-coming MP with some potential gets selected. Who selects you, and any idea on how that all happened?
Well, it's possibly just all our names were put into a hat and pulled out. You never know. But yeah, I was thrilled when Chris Luxon, or the Prime Minister, I should call him, gave me a call about a week before the speech, and he just said, "Look, it'd be a real honour if you could lead off the address and reply debate." And of course, I said, "Absolutely. It's a massive, massive privilege to be the first person in Parliament to give the first formal speech of the term is huge." So I was really thrilled to be able to do that, and to do that on behalf of, I guess, my class of 23 as well, and then to be followed by Katie Nimmin, our Napier MP, who's massively impressive too, and one to watch out for.
Yeah, awesome. All right. How were the nerves before and during? Were they all right? You came across pretty well.
Oh, good, because they were shocking. They were shocking.
That's a good thing, though.
Well, see, my heart goes at about 140 beats a minute watching rugby games.
Yeah.
So getting up there, in my swearing in, you could feel it beating and pumping through your chest. But I think you get up there, you just realise that probably the person who is worried about it most is you. So get up, deliver it as best you can, and if it goes well, it goes well. If it falls flat, it falls flat. But at the end of the day, you get up and you get to say what you get to say.
And a lot of that would have been quite easy for you because it felt like it was straight from the heart, and you were just recounting and reliving some stuff from the past that's sort of got you to where you are, right?
Yeah, and when you write all your speech yourself, you're not having to think about how you're saying the words, because I just did a download of a stream of consciousness, edited it back, because 15 minutes seems like a long time, but I had a lot to try and get into it. And so when it comes from a place of truth and it's real for you, it comes out naturally. And I meant every word I said.
Did your parents get to hear it beforehand, and what was their reaction afterwards?
Yeah, so the night before I gave them copies of it and basically gave them the part that was relevant to us and our family.
Yep.
And with the idea that if they really felt uncomfortable and they didn't want me to say certain parts of it, then I would have respected that, because it's part of their story as well. It's not just my story to tell. But they were fine. They were happy with it. It's an accurate reflection of our upbringing. And I was at pains in the speech to try and say that, look, we didn't grow up in a ghetto, and it wasn't a bad childhood.
Yes.
But it was just one of those childhoods that, for me, brought up some hard feelings sometimes, and to discuss it with them was good. It's kind of the first time we've talked about it together as a family. To do it that publicly may not be the best way of getting therapy out there. But look, if it prompts some other people to have some discussions with their family and try and address some things that are holding them back, then that's great too.
All right, so we learned that you grew up in Timaru, mainly with mum. So what relation are you to the Meagers from around here? I'm thinking Glenn, Patsy, Stephen, Albie, and that clan. Are they?
So they're Dad's cousins.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dad grew up in Tynwald.
Right.
Him and Mike are cousins to Albie and Patsy and Glenn and Stephen and all those guys. And and they probably grew up in a fairly similar upbringing. They were all from Hampstead, and they're fundamentally great people.
Yeah.
I love all my family dearly. We won't agree on everything. We won't agree on much sometimes, but that's pretty natural. So yeah, they're direct relations of mine.
Yeah, awesome. I just wanted to get you in, and that's why I messaged and said, because I was bloody proud of what you did, and I thought you represented this region exceptionally well.
Yeah, well, thank you. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that people knew that, Mid and South Canterbury is a place in New Zealand, and it's actually a powerhouse of the country too. So every interview I've done, I've tried to get a little plug in there. I was on the platform the other day saying that if any of the platform listeners wanted to up sticks and move to Mid Canterbury or South Canterbury, I'm happy to show them around open homes. So yeah, very, very proud to do that for the region.
Nice. And sounds like you've got a friend for life in Jerry Brownlee too.
Well, I have known Jerry for about 10 years, and he made that very, very insightful and witty comment. And that's why Jerry is going to be a good speaker. He's not going to take the role too seriously, but he knows a lot about standing orders and customs, so he's not one to be trifled with as well. It threw me a little bit, but I think I managed to come back adequately and move on. But no, Jerry's a great guy, and I think he's going to be a great speaker.
I agree. He's when he needs to, he can make his presence felt, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to be very good in that role,
Yeah, you don't want to get on the wrong side of Jerry, let's just say that.
Good work. All right, great to chat, and once again, well done, mate.
Good on you. Thanks, Oops.